Hey, welcome back to Mission 5 of the NSDF campaign of Let's Play Battlezone 98 Redux. This mission is Escape from Mars, so let's see what we gotta do in it for our briefing. While exploring the Olympus Mons area in search of the lost relics, the 5th Platoon has come in contact with a large CCA contingent. They are pinned down in fierce combat and have already lost their recycler. They need your help. Okay, we've got two objectives. So one is assist the 5th Platoon, and the second is look for Chthonian relics. So, we've got, looks like the Day Wrecker bomb, as well as the solar flare mine available from the armory. Also, we can build the mobile construction rigs, and you can go ahead and read all of that as to how these work. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the mission, see what's going on, and help the 5th Platoon.
By the end of our time on Mars, we'd all learn to question our individual value in the grand scheme of things. Collins gave us orders that left some of our people to die. Nobody wants to be responsible for their friend's death, but no general wants to be responsible for losing a war. We learned to trust our generals and to follow their orders. But we all feared the day that we would be abandoned and left to die.
Locked down in battle with a full CCA platoon at the Olympus Mons ruins. They've just lost the recycler Minnesota. You must escort the recycler Wyoming to rescue Simmons and the 5th Platoon. There is a CCA base in the canyons to the north of your route that may complicate your mission. Take all precaution to avoid conflict until you reach the 5th. Collins out.
Okay, so looks like the 5th Platoon there, even though they're in contact, made pretty short work of those CCA units. So let's see. Basically got to go actually a pretty long distance to assist the 5th Platoon and deploy a geyser there, but that's alright. We'll go ahead and begin moving out and try to find these guys and assist them.
Sky Eye is picking up a large object in the area. We've got recon orders for Lieutenant Corbin. I'm entering the coordinates into your computer now. Corporal Buzz out.
Okay, interesting. Wonder what that is that Sky discovered there. Well, it's pretty close. Can't really tell quite from the picture there, but looks pretty large and kind of looks Chthonian. Huh.
The size of that thing. I'm picking up biometal inside the hull. Some sort of transport ship. General, Grizzly 1 has located the Hephaestus.
Grizzly 1? Access your information database to see if we can get anything else from this.
Okay, wow. So there's the Hephaestus. Let's go ahead and see what he has to say about it.
Stand by for new mission priority. Head to Nav Beacon 1 and recon the starport mentioned in the Hephaestus' log. It could provide additional information on where the Chthonians have been.
Okay, so that was kind of hard to hear there, but basically we've been ordered to...
We have a massive scrap field ahead, sir. Looks like the Hephaestus' cargo got... radar contact! CCA units in the scrap field!
So basically we've been ordered to move to Nav Beacon 1 and investigate that starport there. Go ahead and engage these turrets. Probably should have used the mortar there, but that's alright. Not too worried about it. Oh wow, that's a new unit. That is a howitzer. So what that does here is, as you can tell, fires basically mortars at long ranges. I'll be using that more in the future, especially when I begin assaulting enemy bases of any size. Okay, looks like the starport here. I'll go ahead and
Grizzly 1, search each of the structures and locate the flight log database. We're lucky the CCA hasn't pilfered the site yet.
I'll go ahead and deploy my recycler here, just in case, and let's investigate these structures. So, alright, by the Hercules Brigade. Interesting. So, there's no database detected.
Search each of the structures and locate the flight log database.
Okay. No database in this one either. And let's go for number 3, see if it's there.
Looks like we're too late. They must have found the flight log already. Grizzly 1, deploy the Wyoming and prepare for an assault on the canyon base.
But General, the 5th...
I am well aware of the 5th situation, Lieutenant. This relic could tip the balance of the war. You have your orders, Grizzly 1.
Commander, CCA Patrol approaching from the canyon!
Okay, so, it's pretty crazy that, you know, this flight log is that valuable that we're willing to, basically willing to leave the 5th to, their own specific, purposes.
They know we're here. They're pulling back to protect the flight log. Continue to build your platoon and hold for further orders, Commander.
Construction started. Yes, sir.
But yeah, this flight log must be pretty valuable if we're willing to, basically leave the 5th platoon there in contact with the enemy, in order to, you know, actually find this thing. But, hey, orders are orders, right? So, as before, we'll start building our base here. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of scrap, so we've got to really wait for our scavenger to start, bringing in another load of scrap at least before we can start, before we can construct another scavenger and begin getting,
General,
basically...
Sky Eye reports that a transport is lifting off from the CCA base.
Grizzly 1, a transport carrying the flight log has escaped. Proceed to the CCA launch pad and inspect it to determine the transport's destination. You'll have to move quickly before the CCA platoon returns to fortify the base. Sky Eye reports that you have about 9 minutes. Good luck, Commander. Well in doubt.
Oh wow, 9 minutes to accomplish this. And it's about 2.5 kilometers away. That's actually pretty far, and that's not a lot of time to do this in. So we'll have to work as fast as we possibly can, continue establishing our base, getting these scavengers collecting scrap, and I want to try out that new mobile construction unit that they were talking about earlier. If I can build that, I can probably build some gun turrets up here, gun towers, and from there start really putting in a good defensive perimeter so that while I'm off trying to find this flight log database, or where the transport carrying it went to at least, the base will be protected. That way we're not losing our recycler and, you know, getting into that whole mess. Okay, so enemy turret. I'll go ahead and start destroying it with our mortars as we're waiting for this constructor to build.
Construction started.
And it is now ready, so we'll produce that unit and put it to work. See what it's capable of.
Building complete. Ready to build.
Okay,
Following.
it is complete, so
Construction ready.
basically when you're building a base or anything of that nature, first thing you have to do is build a power source in order to power the majority of your buildings. I think there may be a few exceptions, but by and large, I know for a fact that gun turrets are going to require actual power. So we'll go ahead,
In transit.
have that unit move forward. Looks like we're going to get into contact before it's actually complete with this structure. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it's a necessary evil, and we'll do what we have to do here. Alright,
Yes, sir.
got some fighters.
No mercy.
Oh, and an enemy tank as well.
No mercy.
I'll start engaging that tank, since it is the greatest threat that we're facing at the moment here. Okay, so one tank there is taking quite a beating.
Who's next?
Yep, barely holding on, but for the moment, looks like it's doing alright.
Construction started.
As in, by doing alright, I mean it's not dead yet. We'll definitely need to get these guys some
Yes, sir.
ammunition and some hull as well.
Complete. Ready to move.
Get that hull repaired of theirs. So, I've got enough to build a gun turret, so I want to place that, let's say, if I can get it in this area here.
Building.
We'll place it right there for now. And we're already at 6 minutes, so after I start building these structures, I'm gonna have to, probably by myself, move through this area and begin moving to that launch pad to make sure that we're able to reach it in time before that CCA platoon comes back and really denies us access, makes us fight a protracted battle to discover what's actually, you know, where that transport ship the CCA launched went to.
Who's next? Ready to build.
Okay, so I want you to get
Repair
2
deployed.
units of repair, 1 unit of ammunition,
Repair deployed.
And I'll do 1 and 1 for you, see where we're sitting.
Who's next?
I want to build another gun turret here real quick, if I can find a good place for it.
Building complete. Ready to build. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
that is perfect.
Building.
We'll put it there. And after this, I also want to build a... I'll look at what it's called here real quick. Yeah, comm tower, so I can communicate directly with Sky Eye. This basically allows a RTS style feature to go on here. Okay, so as you can tell, this these gun towers here are making pretty short work of the enemy, which is definitely a good thing. It's taken some damage, but I can go ahead and send in some repair kits via the armory. They can land and basically repair those gun towers there.
Ready to build.
So I'll build a comm tower so I can basically remotely manage that. If I can find a place to put it close to these
Yes,
this
sir.
power source, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do. So
Building.
I'll build one back here.
Armory
One of
here.
those solar power
Building
plants there.
supplies.
And
Ammo deployed.
I'm going to go ahead
Armory
and get
here.
some
Building
ammunition
supplies.
as well as
Repair
a
deployed.
repair kit for myself.
Who's next? Rolling. Who's next? Rolling. Building. Building complete.
Okay, so that's complete, and at this point,
Yes, sir.
there's got to be a location near here. Oh, just found one. So I will say it would be nice for structures if it was a little easier to find out basically where you can place them rather than just playing this giant guessing game. But we'll go ahead, build a comm tower there,
Building.
and I'm going to go ahead, start flying solo and see if I can get to this launch pad site. See if I can go up the side of the canyon walls here, which it looks like I'm able to just barely, right as a CCA attack force is moving in. So, okay, down to 3 minutes, so I definitely don't have a lot of time.
3 minutes before CCA Platoon arrives. Grizzly 1, this is Commander Simmons of the 5th Platoon. Looks like you need some more time. We're gonna hold off the CCA Platoon so you can get to the launch pad.
Negative, Commander. In your current condition, you will not stand a chance. You are ordered to stand down.
Sorry, Lieutenant, I can't do that. Simmons out. All units, move into attack formation.
Simmons, come in. Simmons! Darn it! Grizzly 1, they're not gonna last long. You've got to get through quickly.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, now the 5th Platoon has moved to engage the CCA Platoon. Honestly, that's a pretty heroic move by Commander Simmons there to buy us more time because, as stated previously, they're in a pretty bad condition. I mean, our first original mission was to actually move in and assist them, and now these guys are basically going to be fighting for their lives to enable us to reach the launch pad. So, hopefully we get there and find out where this flight log database has moved to, so we can really gather the secrets from it. Got about 1.7 kilometers to go, but we're making pretty good time moving on these above the canyon here. Pretty good position we're in, minimum amount of contact that we're seeing at the moment. Okay, I saw something in the distance. That looks like, okay, yeah, it looks like the enemy has some defenses as well. I think that's a wind power generator there, as well as some of their own gun towers. Yep, that's exactly what that is. So, if possible, I just want to move around this area, see if we can reach a position where we're able to access that launch pad without moving into any significant enemy resistance. Since it's just me by myself, I'm going to have a bit of a hard time against any sizable threat. But I think from our current position we can
Good
reach
job,
it.
Grizzly 1. You've penetrated the CCA base. Recon their launch pad.
Probably not close enough in my current position. So, at Let's see what we've got here. Oh, we'll have to make a run for it. Oh, I would rather have not done that. Getting hit pretty hard. So there's the launch pad. And we've determined that they have moved to Venus, actually.
Recon the launch pad.
Try to see if we can get out of here.
Now get the Wyoming to the dust-off site. Lieutenant Corbett will drop
Oh.
the Good work.
Oh, wow. That was way too close for comfort.
Recycler here.
So,
Moving
go
out.
ahead and pack up our recycler, our dust-off site. Looks like basically where we built our forward defenses, so
Where's the power?
I'll have our recycler begin moving into that position there. And see if I can get above, back on these canyon walls here, using our jump thrusters. Yep. Just barely making it there. And we'll continue to the dust-off site, and looks like we're going to pursue the Soviets to Venus at this point. At least that's the, that seems to be the gist of the plan as far as my understanding of it so far, but I'm sure we'll find out more when we get there. It's a really good thing that Commander Simmons was able to hold off that CCA platoon. That was just their, really rear guard defending their base there. So if that full platoon would have been there, it probably wouldn't have survived that encounter. But we're almost at the dust-off site. Our recyclers made it, so now we just have to get ourselves there, and we can see what the future holds for us.
Good job, Commander. Mission successful. Transport is en route.
Okay, so mission was successful. Definitely a bit costly for the NSDF side. I mean, we lost the entirety of the 5th platoon, I'm imagining. But we were able to find out where the Soviet transport, seen here taking off with, looks like one of our pilots observing its launch, moving to Venus. So, pretty nice picture there. Go ahead and find out what the result is. Alright, so although we did an outstanding job, the CCA managed to escape from Mars with a starport relic. Now we've got to hunt them down and recover this key alien artifact. Left on their own, it's only a matter of time before the Soviets manage to decipher the relic. The consequences of their getting this information could be catastrophic. Indeed it could, from what I've seen of it so far. They could know all of the places where the Chthonians have been, and we would spend the rest of this war chasing them. We know that the CCA has established a well-fortified base on Venus. The brass believes that they will take the relic there. General Collins has picked you to lead a small assault team on a covert mission to destroy the CCA's long-range radar arrays in preparation for a full invasion. Okay, sounds like a pretty action-packed mission that will be awaiting us following this, but until next time, thanks for watching.